Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, to my vlogs or whatever. It's been quite a while. I haven't filmed myself. Well, technically, I did two videos. I posted on my Instagram story of like a thumbnail of a sit and talk about grief and the summer video. But I never posted those videos because, first of all, I think I was slacking my editing. Like, I was a bit annoyed. So I just took some time off and decided to touch some grass for like a whole month. And now I'm back. This is a sit and talk. It is a sit and talk about grief. It's just I decided that I'm gonna restart another one because the one that I did was like a month ago. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if I want to post something, I'll just restart that video. But like, I'll still use the same thumbnail. It's just now I'm like, my hair is shorter, I have bangs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't change what I'm about to say. I think I'm gonna say the exact same thing. And yeah. Okay, well, first of all, I'm just gonna show you guys this lip balm. It is so cute. Okay, I gotta control myself. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. See? Like, so textury. Okay, and I'll just show you my little haul that I did because I just came back from work and I did some shopping. So I bought this cute little like I don't know, I can write whatever I want. Like, it's super cute. I bought stickers. Oh my god. Like, look at these. From Miso. And I bought this. Oh my god, it's so cute. And I bought this. Okay. So, let's get into the sit and talk video. So, I'm gonna be talking about grief. Whenever I do a sit and talk video, it's always something that I have experienced. So, like my dating, whatever, these are the things that I have experienced. And this too, grief is something that I have experienced in my life. So, every time I do it is to give my advice and to help you guys or people out if you are living through it. And I think it's a topic that's very like sensitive, but it is an important topic for me. So yeah. Okay, so I have my phone with me because I just want to state it clearly that what says on the internet about grief, like the stages of grief. So for the 5 stages, you have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. These are like the common stages of grief, and I can like validate that is true, that I felt all of those things. But even though first step is what is like denial and the last step is like acceptance, you will not like feel it step by step, if you know what I mean. Saying like, for example, like a month you will feel denial, a month you will feel sadness. Like, it's not like the A Z, you know. It's really like all mixed up, all the emotion like boil up together, and you will feel everything at the same time, which is like frustrating, but it is completely normal. So I'm gonna like debrief more on my experience to like help navigate of my advice to you guys. I was saying that, first of all, I ain't a professional again. It comes from all like my experiences, and this is a topic that's very sensitive, like I said. And if you're going through it, please, like for me, like I did it, I seeked help. It's really weird to say like go seek help, because I feel like, I don't know, at the time people said to me go seek help, it looks like I was like fucking brain dead. But I was just like very vulnerable at the time, and when people told me to like go seek help, it just annoyed me so much. But it come from a good heart when they say it to me. Like, I know that it's just frustrating and upsetting when they said that to me, because I don't know, I felt like I could have done it alone. Like, I felt like I can heal alone. But this case is like hard sometimes to handle it alone. So don't be afraid to really reach out to people, reach out to professional like I did, and actually it helped me so much, even though it felt I was weak, but it's not weakness, it's actually strength. So yeah, I lost someone when I was 16, like 2 years ago, which was my dad. And I never thought at that age I could lose a parent. I think that no one at that age like think they're gonna lose their parents, because I mean, you're still, what, I was still 16. Everyone around me still have their parents, and everything was like rainbow, whatever. And suddenly, my dad got sick, and I lost my dad, which even today I feel like it's unfair. But again, I had to accept it. It was really hard to accept that, because for me at this age, it was like, I'm 16, you're gonna see me graduate, and I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna be successful, whatever. And he's gonna see it. He's gonna be proud of me. He's gonna walk me down the aisle or whatever. And for me, that was it. That was my life. It's gonna be my life. And I didn't think that the universe, the world made it like, no, it's not gonna happen, you know? And I was very angry. I felt all the emotion, like all the stages of grief. I felt it. I felt in denial. Like when I lost my dad, like me, my family, we were such in denial because it happened so quickly. And I think we didn't have the time to process everything. Like, I think the hardest part, it was seeing him slowly like leaving, like at the hospital. And I think that was like, even there, I was still in denial. Even though I saw with my own eyes, I was still in denial. Like, I just remembered that night, like when he passed, it was, we were going back home. I think it was like 2 a.m. Me and my brother, like my brother was driving, and we looked at each other, and we were not crying. We were, I think we were laughing because we didn't believe that it was real, you know? Like, we saw our dad slowly get sick, but it was fast. It was really, really fast. And we look in the car at each other, and we were like, what the, we were saying like, what the hell just happened? Like, is this for real? And I think like we put the music on, we didn't talk. We just, my brother like drove to our place, and I slept. My mom, my brother, we went to sleep, and it was the next morning that it all hit us. I remember I woke up sobbing, crying. I was like, is this my fucking reality? Like, did I just lose someone that was so close to me like that? Like, is this for real? And then I remembered my mom was sobbing, my brother was angry, and this is when I realized that like every person will grieve differently. Like me, I'm sad. I'm just sad. I just cry. I just cry. My mom is in shock and denial. My brother is angry, frustrated. See, that's what I'm saying, telling you guys that the stages of grief is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's, you will just feel it all. You're just gonna feel it all. And it sucks, but it's like reality. And that's where I also realized that even though we grieve for the same person, we will not grieve the same way. Our healing time, let's say our grieving time process, is all gonna be different. Like maybe like another family member will grieve faster than you, you know? One day he might be thriving with his life, accepting that that person passed away, while you still are in denial. Every person will grieve differently, and you gotta accept that, because I'm telling you guys that if you think everybody should grieve the same way, even like in your family, like family members, like it will frustrate you more, saying that, like, you're gonna ask yourself, why are you already accepting that he passed away? Because you're gonna be feel angry because you yourself, you haven't accepted yet, you know. So you gotta accept that everyone will grieve differently, the timing is differently, and it's your own journey. It's actually your own journey. Because for me, even though I wanted to be there for my mom, for my brother, they want to be there for me, like it was hard to be there for each other. Like we understood each other, but like I said, because we grieve differently, we're not in the same stage. So it was a bit hard to understand each other in a way. Like for me, I was grieving for my dad as a daughter. My brother was grieving for my dad as a son and my mom as his wife. And it is different. It's different, even though it's for the same person. So for my own journey, it was a big healing process. I mean, I was still at school. It was hard to be good at school. It was hard to have fun at school, you know. Um, my friends, they were there for me, which I appreciate so much. But it was hard to like let them know how I felt, because I mean, we were so young and still am young, but saying that they didn't lose a dad, they do not understand what I'm going through. Even though I tell them, even though they're supportive of me and being there for me and wanting to be there for me, people who do not go through it, who do not go through grief, who never lost someone, it is hard to explain to them how you feel. But that's how I felt. Like, for example, like people were there for me and I kept on explaining how I feel. But for me, it felt weird because I was like, you never experience it. You never experience it. You don't fucking get it. You know, I was so angry at them while they were trying to be there for me. So that's a lesson and learn of my healing, is that for me, I felt frustrated at people who was there for me just because they didn't go through it, which is unfair for them, you know? So that's why I learned that the people who's gonna make me feel better, even though they're trying to support me, if I want to feel better, I need to talk to people who lost someone in their life, because I feel more secure that they understand me and that they know what I'm going through, because they already been there and they've been through all the stages that I'm feeling right now. So it's important for you guys to know that if you're going through it, to if people are there to support you, let them be supportive of you. If you don't feel like you want to talk to them, let them know that you're like, thank you for being there for me, but I don't think I'm like comfortable telling you my story, my feelings, because it can maybe make you feel more upset, because sometimes you're gonna feel angry that they don't get it. So talk to people who've been there. Talk to people that is going through it as well. Maybe family members. You can understand each other more, but also it's hard to sometimes talk to like family members who are going through it as well, because they are in their own journey as well. They may be having a hard time to even like deal their own emotion, so they cannot be there to help you. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it is really your own journey, but you guys are not alone. There's so much people who's there for you guys, and a lot of people was there for me, for my family. And talking to a professional actually helped me so much. I think that I was like, at first I was so annoyed to talk to like a professional, like a therapist, because I was like, I don't know, like we're strangers. I'm talking about something really, really like deep about my life, and you're just like on your notepad taking notes. Like for me, it was like the fucking weirdest thing ever. But after a few like, I don't know how to say this, few seance, I don't know how to say in English, seance with that person, I felt more comfortable, and I felt like they had like the right words to like talk to me, so I wouldn't feel like more sad, upset. Like, of course I felt sad, of course talking about what I'm feeling felt so sad, but it's actually good to talk it out instead of like not saying anything and going through it alone and just piling up all your emotions and one day explodes. That is like the worst thing that you can do to yourself. It will only hurt yourself. It will only hurt yourself. But yeah, talking to people do actually help. I was journaling at the time also. Like, I'm not a huge fan of journaling. Like, me saying that and just buying this today because I wanted to restart. I think because I just found this, like, actually so cute. But I feel like journaling is something that helped me so much because I just write down all my emotions when I'm angry, when I'm sad, and it just helped me like control more my emotions at the time. At first I was not a huge fan of like journaling. I'm not a huge fan of journaling because for me, when I write, I find it weird because I just write for myself, which that is the fucking whole point. But I don't know, for me sometimes I remember I was like writing my love story and I was like, this is so cringe. Then I stopped. I literally put the journal back in my like closet way back and never opened that journal back again because I find it so weird. But people do love it. It's therapeutic, and I do get that because when I went through my grieving part, it helped me so much. And I think without it, I couldn't handle my emotion really well. Even though I was talking to people, that it was really my alone time, and to handle like why am I upset, why this day it felt harder than the other days. And so yeah, so buy your journal, guys. It's actually quite fun to do and quite therapeutic. And if you want, buy stickers to make it cuter. Also, another thing that I went through while in my healing phase, well, in my grieving phase, I'd say, it was when it was his birthday, first Father's Day without him, first Christmas, New Year's, every big event that he was present, yeah, in like my life. It was the hardest thing to like go through in the day when he was not there anymore. Because for example, like I remember like when he passed. After that, few months, like 2 months later, it was like Father's Day, and it was like the hardest day ever because it just reminds me like I don't have him anymore, but it is not like he's not present anymore, and that sucked. It sucked so much that I was angry. I think like when I was on my Instagram, I saw people saying Happy Father's Day, Happy Father's Day, and I was so mad. Not mad at them, but I think it was like a feeling of like jealousy of them having a dad and not and me. I didn't have a dad. I just lost my dad, and it felt so frustrating to see because I was like, life is so unfair. Like, why the fuck did I deserve that? Why my family deserve that? But I gotta remember myself that, he might not be present here, but like spiritually, he's still there. And that is the case for everybody who has someone who passed away. Like, it sucks to not have them in your life anymore, but you gotta remember that they're still here in your heart and you gotta make them proud. That is like my motivation in life, to make my dad proud even though he's not there. I know he's there, and to make my life like still continue on with my life, still being happy, still going to school, because that's what he always wanted for me to be happy, to have a good relationship with my family, and that is what I want to do, to continue that, to make him proud, to not sit in bed crying over him. Because yeah, you can sit and cry, which you guys need that if you're going through it. You have to sit and cry. let all your emotions out. Maybe take months, maybe a year. Just feel it. You gotta feel it, because this is like, I think like the hardest thing to go through in life, to lose a person that you truly love. And sitting alone with your emotion, it's important. But also you gotta remember yourself that that is not what they want. The people that are gone, they want you to continue on with your life, not always cry about them, because it's not what they want. You gotta continue being happy, living, continue to be happy for them, living for them, making them proud, making yourself proud. That is like the most important thing, making yourself proud, being healthy. And yeah, so I think this is what motivate me on keep on going, because if I found all the negative thoughts in my head, I I wouldn't even sitting in the camera giving guys advice, because there's a lot of people who losing someone affect them so much that they cannot continue to live, which is unfortunate. But because losing someone is so hard, and that's what I'm saying, that if you have people, talk to them. They're here for you, and no matter what, you are not alone. I felt that I was alone because no one understood me, but it's not true. Talk it out. Take the time that you need. That is like the most important thing. Take the time that you need. It's not a thing that you're gonna get over a week, over a month, over 5 months. It might take you a year or more. And don't be angry with yourself to have this feeling, to say, why can I not accept that the person is gone? Because it's not easy. It's a human thing. Like, we're all human, and to lose someone that you deeply love and care about, it's hard to know that they're not present anymore. But yeah, it's always the first birthday, first Father's Day, first Christmas without them that is gonna make you feel sad and maybe like angry again. All the emotion can boil up again, because it's a remember, like, it's a day that you remember of them. It's a day that it reminds you that they're absent. And that's how I felt. I felt that it's just a reminder of me, like, they're not there anymore, which sucks. But after the second, like, Christmas, second Father's Day without him, and going on further on with the years, the feeling of feeling his absence, feeling their absence, will slowly go down. It's not always going to be the same feeling as their first birthday without that person. Another advice I can tell you guys is that when there's days that you feel better, that you start to feel happy again, and you actually laugh and smile again, don't regret that moment. Don't tell yourself that, why am I laughing today? Like, why am I happy? Why am I laughing? Because like I just lost someone like a few months ago. Like, why am I allowing myself to feel that way? Like, for me, I felt mad about myself. Like, having my first laugh, I remember I felt so annoyed with myself, saying like, why today were you happy? Like, because I felt guilty of like feeling happy again, and remembering that like I'm feeling happy without him being here. You know what I mean? But that's not true. You are allowed to feel happy again. That's why you should be feeling, because that is slowly you accepting that the person has passed, and for you to continue on with your life. But like knowing that they are not there, but it and telling yourself that it's okay, like they're not there anymore, but they're still here, but I'm gonna continue on with my life. Losing someone shouldn't stop you of continuing on with your life. It shouldn't, because that's not what it's supposed to do. I think for me, it was so hard. Like, the days where I was happy, it was so hard to accept that I was finally having this little happiness back in my life. which the days I was so sad, I was begging to have that back. I wanted to be happy again. I was like, I was like counting the days of like, I hope in 5 months I'll be happy. I hope, like, counting the days on your finger or the months on your calendar of wishing that day you're gonna be healed. You cannot do it. You cannot do that, because, like, yes, time heals, but you shouldn't be thinking about time, because it will just remind you. Like, for example, imagine like it's been a week, it's been like 5 months, and you haven't healed yet, which is totally normal. But you're telling yourself like, oh, it's already been 5 months and I haven't like completely healed. You're gonna feel angry about yourself again, and you might like restart the cycle again of like your process, you know? So yes, time heals, which is hard to say, because when people told me that, I was so annoyed by it. But it is true. For breakups, for whatever, time does heal. But you shouldn't be focusing on the time. You should be focusing on every day. Like, what can you do with your time? What can I do to feel better? What can I do to have a better day? If this day was not good, then okay, this day was not good, but doesn't mean it's not good for tomorrow. You know? Doesn't mean that today is not good, that tomorrow you're gonna be feeling the same way, because every day is different, and you decide what you're going to do with your time, and if you want to better yourself or stay in the same position and be stuck in that situation. So yeah, on the days that you feel happy again, when you go with your friends, with your family, yeah, you restart to have that little spark back. Cherish that, honestly. It took time for me to actually remind myself that I need to appreciate that more, because it's something that I've wished for before when I was in my darkest moments, and now I'm finally having it and being mad about it. But it is normal to feel this way, to feel that inner regret, inner like guilt of being happy again. But honestly, cherish that, because it's a way of like showing that you're finally like moving on, not forgetting about them, but accepting the whole situation about it. But yeah, losing someone, it is not easy. It's, for me, was the hardest thing about my life, which I'm still 18 and I still have stuff to figure out along my future, along the way, which for me, losing my dad at a really young age, but still it showed me a different perspective of life. You know, like, you know, when people say like, oh, spend time with your family, with your parents, like cherish that. Like, I was that kid who was like they're there every day with me, like they're H24 avec moi, like at home, like what want me more. But after having that situation in my life, I do strongly agree of staying close to the people that you love, telling them you love them, and to show that love to them, because you don't know what life, like, you don't know what can happen tomorrow. Like, it seemed like really cliche to say it, because, you know, people kept saying like, oh, like, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, like you might have like a fucking apocalypse or whatever, which that's another level. But saying that people that you love care, tell them, because for me, I thought that I will have him for the rest of my life, well, at least for along the way for me, but it didn't happen. So that's why, coming from my own experience and telling to people that cherish every moment with people, the closest ones, like cherish every moment you have with people that you love, that they love you, that supports you, and to be grateful every day to have them in your life. Because yeah, life is short. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm like, life is still long, like I have a future ahead of me. But in that case, you know, like, life is still short. You don't know what can happen along the way. Unexpected things can go along the way. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart, people you love, care about, that are here for you, support you, tell them that you love them. Like, I don't think we say enough. I mean, it sounds so cliche because people, like, I know people say, like, we don't say enough, I love you. We don't say enough. Like, actually, we don't say enough, you know? Sometimes, like, we don't know what can happen, so I fucking love you. Like, just say it. But just, like, a little heads up, a little reach out to some people that you haven't talked for a while, saying, like, hey, what's good? What's going on with your life? Like, just catching up again because life is short and life is beautiful, but life is still short. So yeah, my best advice for this case is to be around people that care about you, that you care about, for talking about that situation that you're going through, because it's gonna be honestly the best decision of, for me, it was the best decision of my entire, well, it's weird to say life, but my entire life, because I wouldn't know what I would do without them, honestly, with people who was always there for me. But also remember, it's your own journey, and you need some time alone, because always being around people time to time, it can be like a little distraction. So when you imagine, like, you every week you just go out, and it distract you from actually what you're going through. And one day you're alone. Like, one day, like, everyone's busy and you're at home alone. Well, every thoughts are gonna come back in your head, and sometimes you'll have a difficult time to handle it alone because you were so used to being with people around you, like, 24/7. So have some time alone, but tell yourself that you're not alone, but, like, have some time alone, because it will actually help you, like, handle it on your own. And yeah, it's your own journey. Take the time that you need. That's what I learned, to take the time that I need and to not feel in a rush, because the more you want it to move on, the more you want to accept it quickly, you're gonna feel more anger about yourself, because that is not what's gonna happen, you know? So, yes, time does heal, and it goes with what you do with your time. And I don't know if I had anything else to add up for this talk. Like, yes, I have accepted that my dad has passed away, but still today, if I continue to talk, like, if I sit like an hour straight just talking about him, like, even just talking like a few minutes, like, of course it's gonna build up, like, emotions, but I try to think about always in a positive way, like a positive impact that my dad brought to my life, instead of the negative thought that I had like 2 years ago when I just lost him. Because if you always think about that person, for example, if I talk about my dad and I'm just gonna say, oh, I miss him, I wish he was here. Yes, I wish he was here. But only focusing on that and talking about, I wish he was still here, like, it's unfair, that's negative mindset. And it's just not gonna help me go through my day. So instead of that, I'm gonna say, yes, he passed away. It's already been like 2 years. And I'm gonna think of him in a positive way, saying that, like, sadly, it's a cycle of life. I hope he was still here, but he made a positive impact in my life. All I want to do right now is to make him proud, to make myself proud, and that's all I want to do further on in my life. That's my mindset, really, to continue on with your life, to continue with my own life. Because honestly, if I didn't have that mindset, if people didn't tell me to have that mindset, I I would always have a negative thought. I would not be able to continue with my days. Life will be hard. And life is already hard, but it's gonna get harder if I get like those negative mindset. So that's why I'm telling you guys, accepting that the person has passed away, it is truly hard to accept. So that's why your grieving phase, feel it, accept all your emotions, talk to people. I keep repeating it, but it's your own journey, and you will learn so much about it, about perspective of life, about everything. Actually, is gonna make you feel more, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It depends on everyone, but I felt like this was like honestly a huge step in my life to go through. It grew me in a certain way, like mentally. And yeah, it sucks to go through it, but you're not alone. There's a lot of people who goes through that and who will go through it. It's a cycle of life, sadly. But yeah, no. I don't think I have other advice to tell you guys, actually. I think that was like everything I wanted to say to you. The final word is that if you're going through it, if you have gone through it, you guys are strong. I feel weak at the time, but looking back, to go through everything like that, I am strong, like, to go through it, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I think it's like the lowest I've ever been in my life to go through that, and to see myself right now and to giving you guys advice. It just like makes me proud to go through that, even though it was the hardest thing to go through. So I know it was much more like a sensitive topic today, like even we can call it like a depressing topic, but I feel like grief is such an important topic to talk about, because everyone in their life will go through it, or even had gone through it, whatever age you are. It's a difficult phase of life that people will go through, and I think it's important to talk about, yet it is hard to talk about. But I just hope that my journey, my advice help you guys. And even though if you're not going through it, even though you're just here to listen me talking about it, I think it's an important subject to even like consider talking about. So I think that's gonna be the end, because my feet are hurting. Well, I mean, I'm like this. Okay, whatever. But for me, that was my own journey, my own advice to you guys. Again, I ain't no professional. It just come from my own experiences, and hope it help. But yeah, sorry for the late videos, and thank you guys for sticking along with me. I'm really happy, and I'll see you guys on the next vlogs. I mean, school is starting soon. Like, we're what? We're July, the end of July already, and school is gonna start like in a month, or maybe like even before a month. And I don't think I'll have time to even vlog myself, because I'll be in my fucking books in the library. But we'll see how it's gonna go. So thank you guys for staying the whole video with me. I hope y'all enjoy. I hope my advice helped for some few of you. And last note is, life is too damn short to not say I love you for the people that you care about. So go tell them you love them. Okay guys, I'm gonna close this video off, but thank you again so much, and I'll see you guys on our next videos. Bye!